Today we will begin with new chapter, fifth chapter, a combined working of power plants, where we will see how number of generators are connected and how they can interface with grid. Okay, so the load on the power station is not a constant type. It is varying from time to time. Okay, means what? The load on power station is variable load. Okay, 1 minute. I will select pointer. Okay, the load on power station varies from time to time due to uncertain demands of consumers and is known as variable load on the station. Okay, if you consider a case in your home also, for some time you turn on the bulbs. Okay, after some time you turn off the bulbs and turn on the fan. Okay, after some time you will turn on the TV. Okay, means what? In house also the load variation is there. Okay, similarly the load variations on the power stations is also there. Okay, on power station means what? We can say that a grid or power system. Okay, on large scale, okay, you can see that there are various types of loads. Okay, like a domestic load, then there is a municipality load that is lightning. Okay, uh, street lighting. Then there may be electric locomotives are there. Okay, such types of loads are there. Okay, means what? Variable electric loads are there and they are varying from time to time. Okay, a power station is designed to meet load requirements of the consumers. Okay, the station must provide whatever the load demand. Okay, means what? For example, suppose the load demand is higher at 9 a.m. in morning, and then it reduces to 12 in the noon. Okay, and again at 6 p.m. it is rising. Okay, whatever the type of the load demand, okay, power station must be able to supply that. An ideal load on the station from standpoint of equipment needed and operating routing would be a constant magnitude. Okay, ideal type of load will be of constant value, but in reality it is not the case. However, such a steady load on the station is never realized in actual practice. In reality, load varies. Okay, the consumers require their small or large block of power in accordance with demands of their activities. Demands of their activities means what? For example, uh, people are going to office. Okay, by picking the electric locomotives means what? Their demands around 9 a.m. in the morning uh, is from or for their demand from the power supply is to provide electricity to locomotives. Okay, again such a demand will again appear in the day at 6 p.m. in evening. Okay, when they are coming to home. Okay, means what? According to their need, according to need of people. Okay, the demand should be provided by the power system company. Thus, the load demand of one consumer at any time may be different from that of the other consumer. The result is that load on power station varies from time to time. Okay, uh, we are going to see various types of loads, and from that we can study. 1 minute. Hello, ma'am. हा सुरू झाले ठेवतो. हा बोला. बरं बरं घ्या घ्या. ओके. Okay, these are the effects of variable load. Okay, the important effects of variable load on power station: need of additional equipment. Okay, It's what additional equipment means, what additional generating unit. Okay, for example, suppose the load demand is like this. Okay, so we can divide this load curve. Okay, suppose this is the load curve during a day. Okay, suppose and we can divide this load curve in two parts. Okay, this is the constant part which is present throughout the day. Okay, we know it is as base load, and for some time. Okay, for this duration there is a increase in demand. Okay, and we can term it as a peak load or peak demand. Okay, means what, it requires two units. Okay, two types of units. Okay, one is providing the base load, okay, throughout the day, which will be turned on during 24 hours in a day. Okay, and other type of other type of generating unit which is only turned on for a particular duration in a day. Okay, so to provide different types of demands, okay, we require different types of combinations of generating units. Okay, and most of the time those generating units are connected in parallel. Okay, suppose this is the power supply line, okay, or bus bar, and this is the generating unit. Consider this is the generating unit which provides base load. I will write it as GB. Okay, and suppose there is a other unit also which is connected in parallel. Okay, and suppose this is just turn on when there is a peak demand GB. Okay, means what, the GB will be working 24 of hours. Okay, and GP will be work in only during this duration. Okay, next is increase in production cost. Okay, to meet the variable load demand, okay, we will require number of combinations of generating units. Okay, so for example, if you consider this case, okay, suppose there is a only base load is present. Okay, means what, we only require one generating unit, but there is a peak load also. Okay, for that case we require two generating units. Okay, obviously obviously as many variations in load in there, okay, that much of generating units are required. Okay, that much of combination of generating units are required. Okay, so they tends to increase in production cost. Need of additional equipment. First effect is the variable load on power station necessitates to have additional equipment. Okay, for example, consider a steam power station. Air, coal, water are the raw materials for this plant. Okay, in steam power plant, the coal is the burning fuel. Okay, water is the medium which transfers energy from boiler to the turbine. Okay, and air is used for burning. Okay, or to control the rate of burning. In order to produce variable power, the supply of these materials will be required to be varied correspondingly. Suppose such type of demand is there. Okay, consider this is the demand. Okay, and suppose this demand is met by only one power plant. Consider it is a steam power plant. Okay, obviously to supply this much of energy, okay, the energy needs, consider it is a GB. Okay, because it is equal to the base load, and suppose to meet this, okay, and suppose we want to meet this increase in demand. Okay, so obviously to meet the increase in demand, okay, the steam power plant must increase its generation capacity, and that generation capacity depends on what? The intake of raw materials, obviously coal, air, and water. If the power demand on the plant increases, it must be followed by the increased flow of coal, air, and water to the boiler in order to meet increased demand. Okay, as per the electricity need, their supply has to be increased or decreased. Therefore, additional equipment has to be installed to accomplish this job. Okay, additional equipment is required for what? To control the rate of burning of coal, okay, to control the intake of air or the water. But in reality, uh, number of units uh, are uh, are planted there. Okay, a particular steam power plant will have a constant generating capacity, and if there is some variations or peak demand, that is made by the other generating unit. We will see that. Okay, second effect is the increasing production cost. The variable load on the plant increases the cost of production of electrical energy. Okay, as we seen that in previous example. Okay, if the electricity need is increased, obviously the burning of rate of burning of coal will be increased. Means what? The production cost will ultimately increase. An alternator operates at maximum efficiency near its rated capacity. We know that the alternator operates with a maximum efficiency when it is operated at a rated capacity. If a single alternator is used, it will have poor efficiency during periods of live loads on the plant. Okay, suppose this is the graph of energy need versus time, okay, on a particular power plant, and suppose this dotted line indicates the uh, rated capacity of a particular alternator. I will write it as GA, okay, capacity of generating capacity of an alternator. And but suppose the actual demand is like this. Okay, is like this. Okay, when it is running with its rated capacity, obviously it will have a highest efficiency. And suppose the load on that alternator is reduced. Okay, for example, in this case here the load on the alternator is reduced. Okay, means what? It is running on light load, underloaded. Okay, means its efficiency will drop. Again, when the same unit is used up to supply the maximum demand, okay, we can say that it is a overloading condition. Okay, this is a overloading condition. Obviously in that case also its efficiency will be poor. Therefore, in actual practice, number of alternators of different capacities, okay, number of alternators of different capacities are installed so that most of the alternators can be operated at nearly full load capacity. Okay, uh, means what? I will use the whiteboard. Suppose the load curve for a particular plant, okay, like this. Okay, we have solved problems on such types of graphs. And suppose this is a point of 20 megawatt, this is 40 megawatt, and suppose the peak is 60 megawatt. And consider there are 3 units of 20 megawatt each. Okay, for this duration, okay, 1 unit will operate. For next duration, for this much of duration, 2 units will operate. For this peak demand, all 3 units will operate. Okay, again for this period, 2 units will operate. Again here, only one will operate. Again here, two will operate. Okay, means what? The combinations of units will be used to supply the load. Okay. But it has some effect like this. However, the use of number of generating units increases the initial cost per kW. Obviously, if you use number of units, the cost will increase per kW of plant capacity, as well as floor area will be increased. This leads to increase in production cost of energy. Okay. When number of generating units are needed, obviously the cost will increase. But we have to use number of units because the load on the power supply is not a constant type, it's a variable type, and to meet the variable type of load we require number of units. Okay, we in first chapter we have seen this concept. Okay, load curves, the curve showing variation of load on power station with respect to time is known as load curve. Okay, we've seen 3 types of load curves. One is the daily load curve. Okay, second is the monthly load curve, and third is the yearly or annual load curve. Okay, and this is the the given in this graph is the daily load curve, because the x-axis is the hours. Okay, so this is the daily load curve. This information we can get from load curves. One is the number and size of generating units are selected to fit the load curve. Okay, as I shown in the on the whiteboard. Okay, for some time only 1 unit is required, for other times 2, and when peak demand is there, 3 units are required, like that. This helps in operating the generating units at or near point of maximum efficiency. Okay, when the demand is equal to the generating capacity, means what? We can say that the plant is generating with its full capacity, means what? It is operating with a maximum efficiency. The load curve helps in preparing the operation schedule of the station. Okay, we can decide. Okay, we can decide when a particular unit will be turned on, or a particular set of units will be turned on. Okay, yeah, for example, for this graph, okay, suppose there are units each of 2 megawatts. Okay, suppose 2 megawatts units are there. So for from 12 in midnight to 4 in morning, okay, for this duration only 1 unit should be operated. From 4 to 10, okay, 2 units should be operated. Again here only 1 unit should be operated. Again from 12 to 4, 2 units should be turned on. From 4 to 8, okay, 3 units must be turned on. From 8 to 10, 2 units will be turned on, and from 10 to 12, again 1 unit is sufficient. Okay, so from load curve we can schedule. Okay, we can schedule the operation, or we can schedule when a particular unit will be turned on and turned off. Okay, one more concept is there. Okay, load duration curve. Okay, one new type of curve is there. When a load elements of load curve are arranged in an order of descending magnitudes, the curve thus obtained is called load duration curve. Okay, जे मॅक्झिमम डिमांड वाला पार्ट जो आहे तो आधी दाखवायचा, त्यानंतर त्याच्यापेक्षा कमी डिमांड वाला त्यानंतर, आणि त्यानंतर त्याच्यापेक्षा कमी डिमांड वाला पार्ट आहे तो नंतर. फॉर एक्झाम्पल हा पहिल्या फिगर मध्ये जे दिसते ते लोड कर्व आहे तो लोड कर्व आहे. त्यामध्ये आपल्याला दिसतं की फ्रॉम 12 to 4, ओके, 5 megawatt demand is there. From 4 to 8, 15 megawatt of demand is there. From 8 to 16, okay, which was 8 in morning to 4 in evening, 20 megawatt of demand is there. And from 16 to 24, okay, means what, 12 in midnight, again the load demand is reduced to 5. So in this graph, the maximum demand, okay, is of 20 megawatt, and it occurs for a duration of 8 to 16, means what, 8 hours. It occurs for 8 hours. Again, the next maximum demand is the 15 megawatt. Okay, next is the 15. We have to arrange it in descending order, uttartya क्रमाने. 15 megawatt, it occurs for from 4 to 8, means what, total 4 hours. Then next is the 5 megawatt, and this 5 megawatt occurs for duration, and for this duration of 4 hours, and for this duration of 8 hours, means what, total 12 hours. Okay, 5 megawatt is there. And now we can show this on a different graph. Okay, their graph is known as load duration curve, where x-axis is from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 to 24. Okay, so first we have to show the highest load, okay, of 20 megawatt. So 20 megawatt should be there for 8 hours. Okay, it is shown for 8 hours. Then the next maximum demand is 15 megawatt, and it occurs for just 4 hours. So next is the 4-hour demand. Next is the 5 megawatt demand, which occurs for 12 hours. Okay, and it is shown here. Okay, so we are represented load demand in descending order. Okay, and that is the load duration curve. काय डाउट्स असते तर विचारा. अजय जर प्रेझेंटेशन स्नॅपशॉट घे. Okay, next is the types of loads. Okay, which types of loads are there, okay, which are connected to power system. Any type of load, okay, can be represented with basic elements. Okay, one is the resistive load. Okay, resistive element. Next is the inductive element, and third is the capacitive element, RLC. Okay, combination of RLC. The electric lamp, bulb, okay, these are the resistive loads. The induction motor is the inductive load. Okay, and capacitor banks, okay, installed for power factor improvements can be treated as a capacitive load. So the various types of loads on power system are, first is the domestic load. Okay, these loads are installed in home, and these are lights, fans, refrigerators, heaters, television, small motors, maybe installed for pumping, okay, on board. Most of the residential load occurs only for some hours during the day. Okay, for example, lighting load occurs during night time. Okay, we turn on lights and at night. Domestic appliance load occurs for only a few hours. For this reason, the load factor is low. When we add, hello Ajay, am I audible? ओके, थोड्या वेळापूर्वी जर आवाज गेलता का रे?
हा, बाहेर पडलेलं.
बरं बरं, ठीक आहे. चालेल, जरा इंटरनेटचा प्रॉब्लेम, पाऊस पडायला वाटतं. Okay, next type of loads are the commercial load. Commercial like shops, malls. Okay, these are the commercial loads. These loads consist of lighting for shops, fans, electric appliances used in restaurants. Okay, this class of load occurs for more hours during the day as compared to domestic load. Okay, when the customers are there, these types of loads are will be there. The commercial load has seasonal variations due to extensive use of air conditioners and space heaters. Okay, when we go to hotel, okay, during summer the air conditions are turned on, but during the winter season they are turned off. Okay, and maybe instead of air conditioner, in winter heaters are turned on. Next is the industrial load. Okay. Industrial load consists of load demand by industries. The magnitude of industrial load depends upon the type of industry, and these are the most of the time constant, and they occur throughout the year. The small scale industry requires load up to 25 kilowatt. Medium scale industry requires energy between 25 to 100 kilowatt. Large scale industry requires load above 500 kilowatt. Industrial loads are generally not weather dependent. Okay, industries are turned on or operating throughout the year. Next type of load is the municipal load. Okay, municipal load obviously contains what? Street lighting, power required for water supply and drainage purposes, तुमच्या घराजवळ वगैरे काय ती पाण्याची टाकी वगैरे जी काय असते, ओके, ती भरण्यासाठी पंपिंग स्टेशन वगैरे त्या ठिकाणी असतं. ओके, आणि त्याच्यासाठी पॉवर लागणारच. स्ट्रीट लाइटिंग लोड इज प्रॅक्टिकली कॉन्स्टंट थ्रू आउट द hours of night. Okay, street lights are turned on during the night. For water supply, water is pumped to overhead tanks by pumps driven by electric motors. Pumping is carried out during off-peak period. Okay, during night. Okay, when there is low load on the electricity, pumping will occur. Okay, means what? During the night. This helps to improve load factor of the power supply. Okay, load factor's formula is load factor is equal to what? Average load divided by maximum demand. During night, the load on the power system is low. Okay, so load factor will reduce. So to improve load factor, we have to increase the load on the power system. Means what? Whatever the possible loads, okay, which can be turned on during the night, okay, they should be supplied with electricity during the night only. So during for pumping or irrigation also, okay, these are supplied in during night. Okay, this type, okay, irrigation load, this type of load is the electric power or needed for pumps driven by motors to supply water to fields, okay, farms. Generally this type of load is supplied for 12 hours during night. Okay. Next is the traction load. Okay, traction means locomotives. Okay, it includes tram cars, trolley buses, electric railways. Okay, this class of load has a wide variation. Okay, they are active during a particular time in the day. Okay, okay, during the morning hour, it reaches peak value because people have to go to their workplace. And after morning hours, the load starts to decreasing and again rise during evening since the people start to come to their homes. 1 minute. Start to come to their homes.